Do you want to know how you can be in control of your emotions? Well, today, that's what we're going to talk about. Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today we're going to talk about how to be in control of your emotions. Now, what are the benefits about being in control of your emotions? Well, you can be happy and choose to be happy every second of your life, which feels great. Better relationships, definitely better relationships. And I mean, the third and most important one that I've come up with for this video is that, you know what? The way other people treat you is not dictating how you feel. And that's probably the most important one, right? Because sometimes we can feel like we're rag dolls being dragged around this way and that way by the way people treat us and how we choose to feel about the way that they treat us. So with that said, let's get started. So the only thing that you need to know, and there's only one, is that everything is empty and meaningless, and it only means what you make it mean. Now, what do I mean by that? It's simple. You create the meaning. You create everything. You create the meaning. So, if somebody does something, you create what it actually means, okay? So let's say, for instance, let's go with relationships. I have let's say I was somebody, so-and-so was cheated on, let's say me, cheated on in the past, okay? And that boyfriend admitted he cheated and he hugged a lot of people all the time. He was always hugging all these girls. Now, all of a sudden, my subconscious mind, because this is how the subconscious mind works, is going to think, oh, okay, so my boyfriend hugging other girls is going to mean that he's cheating on me, because subconsciously, I've attached that action with that particular meaning, and that's what it's going to mean. So our meanings come from our past experiences, okay? So whatever happened back there is what we've created the meaning out of, okay? So now if that's the case, right, if we were to look at it that it's empty and meaningless, okay, so let's say my current boyfriend hugs other people. Now, does that necessarily mean he's cheating on me? Well, my past experiences may dictate and say yes, but you know what? That's not necessarily true. I mean, do I hug guys when I'm in a relationship because I'm cheating on my boyfriend? Absolutely not, right? I hug everybody. Hugs are free. So, you know, the thing is, right, is to understand that everything is empty and meaningless. So to really break out of any sort of previous thought patterns that you've had from past experiences is to look at everything like it's empty and meaningless, and it only has the meaning you give it. Now, how does this control your emotions? That is so simple, because if I was to say that my boyfriend hugging people meant that he was cheating on me, that thought would create an emotion of anger, which would then result in my actions. I would probably be yelling at him every second of the day and giving him the cold shoulder if he was hugging other girls. Now, if I was to say that everything was empty and meaningless, and I was to say, okay, so my boyfriend hugged somebody, it doesn't mean anything, maybe he's a nice guy, you know, there could be 100 different reasons, all of a sudden I would have this thought that it's fine, he's just a nice guy. I'm creating that meaning for that context. And then all of a sudden, I would have these overwhelming feelings of, oh my God, I picked an amazing guy, and all this like happiness bubble up in me, and that would change my actions. I would probably love him a lot more for loving mankind, whether they're girl or guy, just because I viewed his actions as an act of kindness rather than an act of like defiance to me, right? So yeah, that's it. Everything is empty and meaningless, and you create the meaning for things that happen in your life. And the times when the rubber really hits the road is when you've had past experiences where you've connected meanings to actual events that were negative. And it's when you come across those that you really need to stop, and that's when the rubber hits the pavement, that you really need to stop and ask yourself, does that really mean that? Okay, so no, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong in previous relationships when something happened, or previous incidents when something happened. No, but the fact is stop and question it now. Be present in the moment, be on the court. When the rubbers hit the road, ask yourself, you know, does this really mean this with this person in this context, right? And so that's why I like to live my life as everything is empty and meaningless. So everything is empty and meaningless, and you create everything in your life with your thoughts. So make sure that you give everything a good meaning that suits everybody mutually. Anyways, that's my video for today. I love you all. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Please comment down below. Say hi to our new subscribers, and I'll see you guys